welcome back to my channel and welcome to another sticker shop video. Today we are talking about printers, which I feel can be like kind of a touchy subject in the community, in the sticker community, the planner community. It can be kind of a touchy subject. So I do want to start off this video by saying this is not intended to offend anybody. This is not to bash anybody. This is not to share anybody's printer or anything like that. This is simply just to educate people and the stuff that maybe they should be looking for when thinking about buying a printer. That's what this video is. So I hope you guys are ready because I'm going to be giving you guys some information on like what I look for in a printer whenever I purchase. So let's get into this video. All right, so the first thing is, do you want an inkjet printer or do you want a laser printer? And they are different. Inkjet uses ink, obviously, and laser printer uses toner. So you want to make sure that you know what you're going for. If you want to do just foil stickers, like just like icons or stuff that you don't need any color, you should go with a laser printer because a laser printer is how you're going to be able to foil. I've had a lot of people ask me to do video on foiling, and I am not an expert on foiling. I tried it, I hated it, but if you guys really want to see how to foil, let me know in the comments below. I'm not against doing that, it's just not my area of like expertise, you know what I mean? So let me know if you guys want to see that in the comments. I don't know when it would be up, probably not for at least a couple weeks because I have other videos that I'm trying to get up, but let me know in the comments below if you still want to see it, even though I'm not a professional and I absolutely hate foiling. But let me know anyway. Yeah, foiling, you're gonna want a laser printer. Everything else can be done with an inkjet. So a couple things that I recommend, always looking for a photo printer. It's gonna give you like really good quality that way. And especially if you're doing stickers that have real photos, you're gonna want like it to be really nice and crisp and just beautiful. So definitely look for a photo printer. So there are three main brands that I see a lot of people using in the community. And that is Canon, which I personally have a Canon. I love my Canon. You guys know, if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know that I have a Canon. I love the Canon. And you know that I had some drama at the beginning of October with finding a new printer. So definitely check out those videos because it kind of, you can see all the funny stuff that happens when you're looking for a printer. And I'm hoping to save you guys from that with this video. There's also Epson, which I have used an Epson printer. I loved it. It had the most amazing quality. However, the ink was really expensive. And in order to get that amazing quality, I had to slow my print time down to 20 minutes for one sheet. It was kind of insane. But I will say it was like the most amazing quality ever. And if it printed a little bit faster and the ink didn't cost so much, I would totally be using it. So, you know, there's that. It was just, you know, it's a really expensive thing to keep up. And then the last one are HP printers. They're probably the most affordable option. And the thing that I don't like about them and why I don't even try to touch that is because it uses a tricolor cartridge, and I personally don't really like the quality that a tricolor cartridge gives. I would rather have the different ink cartridges for each color. That's just personal preference for me. That doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means for me personally and what I'm looking for in my stickers, I just feel like I can't get with the tricolor cartridge. For me personally, that's not the quality that I'm looking for in the stickers that I'm selling. So that's why I don't use HP, but it is an option and it is more affordable than like an Epson or a Canon. The next thing that I think is so important for you to research before you purchase a printer is, does it have downloadable drivers for your computer? Drivers are something that I think are so important. So drivers, I'm gonna have like a little thing here on the screen for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. But drivers allow you to change the brightness, the contrast. You can change the different types of paper that you're printing on. So like photo paper, sticker paper, all of that kind of stuff. You can also slow down your print time, which allows it to just give a better quality. Like I actually had to do this recently because there were darker colors that just did not look good whenever I printed them. But whenever I slowed down the print speed, it looked a lot better. So there's definitely different things that you can do to adjust and get a better quality. It's not just taking the printer out of the box, installing it to your computer, and then going. Like there's a lot more that goes into it than I think people realize. But drivers, to me personally, are so important. And you guys know, if you watched my Vlogtober series, that I actually sent back my new Canon printer that I got because Canon stopped making drivers for the Mac with their newer printers, and so I actually had to go with an older model because it had drivers for my Mac. It's so crazy. On the newer version, I could get the drivers on like James's computer because he uses, I don't know what brand computer he uses, but it has Windows on it. So because he had Windows operating system, he was able to download the drivers and it printed just fine. But it didn't print just fine with my Mac. Like, it just had terrible quality and nothing I did could make it better. So I was like, I have to have drivers. Like, I have to be able to adjust all of these settings in my computer. So that is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about drivers. You can figure this out, at least for Canon. What I did is I went on the Canon website, I clicked on the printer that I was looking at, and you scroll down and it'll say like drivers, downloadable drivers, and something else. I'm not really sure. I'll try to show it here. And basically you just look and see, does it have the drivers for the Mac? And like the newer one said it did, but there was like a difference. It wasn't, I'll show you guys. I'll do like a screen recording and show you guys what I'm talking about. But it did not have the drivers that I wanted, and that's all you need to know about that. But this is how you can figure out if it has downloadable drivers for your computer and for that printer. That way, before you purchase the printer, you know. A part of why I purchased this printer without researching this is because I had always been using Canons. I'd used a couple different Canons and each one had downloadable drivers for the Mac. It was never a thought that it didn't, and it did have downloadable drivers, just not for the Mac. So you want to make sure that you research that. And you can do that on the website, at least for Canon. I'm sure with Epson and HP it's the same. I believe that both of those have downloadable drivers as well, from what I've heard from other people and just based on my own experience. So definitely check out the driver situation. It's like probably one of the most important things that I would say goes into this is drivers. Get yourself some drivers. You also want to make sure that you're not breaking the bank. I think it's really important to not go into debt to try to do this. So maybe start out with the HP photo printers because those are a little on the cheaper side of things until you work your way up in the business. And then I would recommend reevaluating. Maybe you like the quality that HP has, so stick with it. If you're happy with it, then that's what matters. It's really, I feel like it's really personal preference when it comes to the quality of your stickers because, you know, we all have different things that we look for and different things that are important to us. And I think that you just kind of have to figure that out for yourself and figure out what is important to you and what you want in a printer. But for me personally, having like colors that pop are really, really important to me. And that is why the driver situation was so important to me, because it just allowed me to get the best quality that I could get. Whereas without the driver, it looked not great at all. Another thing is, I know Canon, and I'm pretty sure Epson has this too, but they actually have a color match option, and I'll have to show that here as well. Where it like Canon color matches, so it gives you more of the color that you're gonna see on screen, or at least for me it does. I know that whole thing's like a whole different giant with that, because there's like calibration of your computer screen and all this stuff that's like way over my head. But for me personally, whenever I use the Canon color match, it does a pretty good job to match what's on my computer screen and then what it actually prints off. So those are just things to think about. I think that those things are really, really important if you're wanting to have really good quality. So I get a lot of questions about if I use off-brand inks. I personally don't. I wouldn't recommend it because I personally wouldn't do that. That doesn't mean that the off-brands are bad. It just means that, like, for me personally, I'm like, this is the ink that was intended to be used with this printer, so I'm gonna use that. And I would rather pay a little bit more in ink to make sure that everything is running the best that it can. I'm getting the best quality that I can. Again, that doesn't mean that you're not going to get good quality with off-brand inks. For me, it's just not something that I even feel like dealing with. I'm just like, I'm just going to buy the Canon brand. It's right across the street at Office Depot, and it's not really that expensive. So that's what I do. But all right, so I think I've pretty much covered everything that I want to cover in this video. Again, when researching printers, it's just personal preference. It's what do you want and what things are important to you. And so, you know, you might have $300 to spend on a higher quality printer, or you might not care if there's downloadable drivers. You might just be making stickers for yourself and you just want something that's affordable. So it's really personal preference, but there's a lot that goes into finding a printer and getting the quality that you want. And that's why, like, for me, I don't mind sharing that I use the printer that I use, because you don't know my settings. You don't know my exact settings, and they make a difference. They really, really do. Like, if you were, I don't know if I have clips in, I probably have clips in my Vlogtober videos, but if you could see the print quality without the drivers versus with the drivers, it was like crazy. So I think all those things make a difference. And also the paper that you use does make a difference. I think you can still get good quality with, you know, any paper really, but like, there are some papers that are gonna be better with that printer. You know, there's just a lot that goes into picking out printers and stuff like that. So I hope that this helped kind of give you things to think about, things to look for. I hope this helped you figure out how to look for those things and where to look for those things. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. If you wanna see more videos like this, definitely give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, because next week we are talking about cutting machines, Silhouette, Cricut. Which one should you use? Which one do I recommend? I think we all know which one I recommend, but we're still gonna be talking about it, so make sure you click that subscribe button. If you wanna be notified right when I upload, click that bell notification. That way YouTube emails you when I upload, and that way you don't miss the video and you can be one of the first ones to watch it. Also, if you are a shop owner and you have different things that you look for in a printer and you don't mind sharing, definitely leave them in the comments below, because, you know, let's just help each other out. But that is gonna wrap up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.